Hey everyone's JackelWolf back on the Outkast server with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. If you've been following along, you know that we are working towards automating the lava production in our smeltery. To do that, we are going to focus on the forestry mod, specifically the bee and aviary parts of that mod. Now, to get the necessary bees, which are out in the world in sort of natural hives, we're going to need something called a scoop. To build the scoop, we're going to need one piece of wool in a crafting table with 6 sticks. Now, once we've gone out into the world and we've broken a couple of natural hives, we will get something called bee princesses and bee drones. Now, depending on where the natural hive is located, there will be different types of bees and drones. But once you've gone out and collected them, we're going to need a place to house them. Now, a very, very simple form of this is the bee house. This is simply one comb, which you also get from breaking the natural hive. In a crafting table with 5 wood planks and 3 wood slabs. Now, the bee house is very, very simple, and I'm not going to stop here. We are also going to build ourselves an actual apiary. Now, to build the apiary, we're going to need another machine from the forestry pack. That is going to require a carpenter. Now, to build the carpenter, we are going to need a sturdy casing, 6 bronze ingots, and 2 pieces of glass. Now, I'm going to take the carpenter, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to place it next to my clockwork engine. I'm going to power this up all the way up. As soon as it turns red, okay, there we go. So now we've got power into here. It's going to be stored up into the carpenter. Now we need to program it with a particular recipe. So 8 blocks of wood in the carpenter along with some seed oil is going to get us an impregnated casing. This is something that we need to build the actual apiary. Now, one thing to know about using the carpenter is this is just the crafting recipe. To actually input it with items, you've got to place those items right here in this middle slot. And as you can see, it is now building that impregnated casing. There we go. There is our impregnated casing. I'm going to take that out. Now, one other thing that we need is something called some impregnated sticks. So these are just 2 wood into the carpenter, again with a little bit of seed oil. We're going to prime that with a couple more logs. Now, the more items you've got in here, it will continue to do this until it runs out of either oil or power or ingredients. So here are our 8 impregnated sticks that we're going to need here in a moment. So now we're going to come back over here and to build an actual apiary, we're going to take that impregnated casing, we're going to throw it into a crafting table with 5 wood planks and 3 wood slabs. That gets us our apiary. You can see there's a slight difference between the bee house and the bee apiary. Now, in actual use, the one difference about the apiary is we can use frames in it. Now, each frame will increase the productivity by 2. Now, to make an untreated frame, which is the simplest form of frame, you need 1 piece of string in a crafting table surrounded by 8 sticks. Now, there's also another frame that we can craft really easily using those impregnated sticks in a crafting table with 1 piece of string. That gets us our impregnated frame. Now, there is very little difference in the production increase between these two. The only main difference is that this will actually last longer than the untreated frame. So now our next step is to go out into the world and find a spot to put up our apiary and let it do a little bit of work. Now, I've chosen a modest drone and a modest princess. So we got to go to a desert biome to kind of make this work for the best. So I will jump here and I will see you guys back in a moment. Okay guys, so I am back, and as you can see, I found not 1 modest hive, but 2 modest hives in close proximity. My only concern is I found a lot of other stuff on the way that I just couldn't pass up. But what we're going to do here is we are going to break this hive with our scoop, and that's going to get us some more modest drones. There is a modest queen here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of those torches. And we've also picked up a comb. Sticks are perfectly fine. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to find a cactus right here, and then we're going to place down the apiary. We're going to place down the bee house, and we're just going to open up the bee house. You can see there is a slot for a princess, and there is a slot for a drone. So we'll throw that in there. And then over here, we'll see it's the very same thing. There is a slot for a princess and a drone, but there's also slots for these frames. So we're going to throw those in there really, really quickly. We're going to throw the drone in, and we're going to throw the princess in. As you can see, it is charging up. Now, this is a very slow process. Now, each bee type is going to require a specific flower to be nearby. In the case of the modest bees, it is the cactus. So that is, basically what is setting these off. The good thing about the apiaries and most of the forest craft stuff in general is there's always these little tooltips on the side if there's something that's not working. The modest bees need the desert environment, but other bees will require a different biome. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut here. We're going to come back closer to when these are done, and we'll check out and see what's going on. Okay guys, so we are back. The apiary is almost complete. You can see it's almost been used up. One other thing I forgot to mention is the drone is used up right away. The queen takes a little bit longer. Now you can stack the drones. You cannot stack the queens. Let's just throw, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. You cannot stack the queens, but you can set these up to automate with some BC transport pipes. We will do that later on. The bee house is extremely slow. This has been probably about 10, maybe close to 15 minutes. I've managed to build myself a little bit of a house in between, so it is not a quick prospect whatsoever, but any second now this should finish off, and we'll get the final output from the apiary. One other thing to note is you can see that the impregnated frames have only taken a little bit of wear, whereas that untreated frame is taking quite a bit more, although these are all producing or all increasing the output by the same amount. So already we've got one parched comb. I think that is just a random drop, but once she is 100% done, we should get quite a few more drops in here. There we go. So we got the parched comb, the modest princess, and then 2 of the modest drones. Now over here, we are still waiting for that final product. So I'm not going to bore you guys with this one here. Take my word for it. This will eventually produce, but like I said, it is a lot slower than a fully outfitted apiary. Now there are a number of other frames that you can get or you can buy in the world, but we're not going to bother with those ones today. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.